Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my people, how una dey on this beautiful morning? Chelsea fans, oh yeah, let us do the match preview of that our game that is coming up between Chelsea and Benfica and Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, na champion dem Benfica, na carry dem come today, na be their shepherd. And trust me, before I even start this video, I have to tell you, Chelsea fans, we have been distracted. The media have distracted us. I can't lie to you, just the reality. They've distracted us because left, right, and center has been Jose. Yes, Jose Mourinho is back. We are happy. We are excited to see him at Chelsea, back at Stamford Bridge. But we cannot forget that we need this game. As of this moment, we have 0 points on the Champions League table. 0 points, sir. If we did not win that tomorrow, even a draw is not a good result for us. Because our next game we are traveling away. So now we have to win this one. We'll be saying our home. If we don't feel win the one we won't play for our home. Say na away. Ajax. I think Ajax is the next game. The UEFA Champions. Say na that one will go win. Anyway, may we take everything one after the other. Jose Mourinho's press conference. Just in case you know watch out. It was an interesting one. Jose Mourinho, he spoke in Portuguese and he spoke in English. But I just pay attention on the 5-minute interview that he had, that he spoke in English, and it was lively. Jose Mourinho said he's glad that he's back, that he's once a blue and he's always a blue, that tomorrow is going to be a red during the game. While the game is going on, it's going to be a red. And after the game, he's back to being a blue, because before the game, he will be a blue. During the game, he's a red. After the game, he's back to being a blue. And he first of all speak in Portuguese language. And he told them that for tomorrow game, I'm a red, forget blues, I know be blues. They come, they ask him, say, but wait, you said it earlier that you are a red, you are not a blues. Why coming outside again to say that you are a blues and things like that? Jose Mourinho said he has to do what he has to do for his job. You get my point now? Anyway, that is that about that. Moving on, they asked Jose Mourinho about the fact that coming back to Stamford Bridge, at least when you did Premier League that time, when you say you coach Manchester United, you coach Tottenham, there was a time that you have to start telling the fans that you won 3 Premier League here, and they were booing him, things like that. Jose Mourinho clarified that very time it was Sarri that was the coach then. He said Chelsea act professionally, also Sarri also act professionally, but wetin happen that day, the media no really show am finish complete. So now the only part wey be say in the vex, now the media carry, said the assistant to Sarri then was trying to disrespect him, and that was why he reacted the way he reacted that very day, things like that. And they also asked him about being the special one. Jose Mourinho said no, that he's not the special one. He said it then, that he's a special one. Not only him, now be the special one. And on a final note on Jose Mourinho, may we not get too distracted. They asked Baba, say, how will he feel, being at the dugout tomorrow, being at the touchline, probably it might even be his last time. And Jose Mourinho cautioned him. He said, you don't conclude that it's going to be his last time. Anything can still happen in football. But I got the reason I'm saying, wait. Jose Mourinho, hope not be saying you the reason I'm saying you feel still come coach Chelsea. Baba, abeg, day your day, we don't need you for Chelsea. No come coach Chelsea, abeg. Anyway, that is that on the part of Jose Mourinho. It's so good to see him back, and after the press conference, he shared some hugs with some of the reporters, some familiar faces that he has been seeing. And you better be prepared for tomorrow, because the fans are going to sing Jose Mourinho's name tomorrow madly. I'm sure tomorrow is a day that he himself cannot even wait to come. I mean, today, make una no vex, as at the time that I'm recording this video, it was middle of the night, but you guys are going to see it very early. I'm very, very sure he himself cannot wait to see the reception at Stamford Bridge today. Shout out to Jose Mourinho. Now, let us move to our gaffer now, because Enzo Maresca also had his press conference, even though at some point I was asking myself, can you ask some other better questions? Because they were too distracted about asking about Jose Mourinho. They will ask another question, they will return back to Jose Mourinho again. At some point they were even asking Enzo Maresca that, is he seeing the pictures? Did he like to have his picture like this too? Enzo Maresca said he already has one of winning the FIFA Club World Cup. Anyway, injury update ASAP. Enzo Maresca mentioned Moses Caicedo, Joao Pedro, and Andre Santos. That these 3 players, they need to assess them. They trained yesterday, but they still need to assess them to see if they can be available. You see, these 3 players better be available. I'm begging in the name of God. These 3 players need to be available. We don't know about Tosin, because they no ask. They're supposed to ask to know the update about Tosin, but they no ask. Anyway, we need these three. See, if these three players no dey available, make dem just announce walkover, make dem just give Benfica the 3 points, make we no just worry ourselves again. Because you are trying to tell me that Moses Caicedo will not be available, so that you will now bring on Reece James to the midfield and play Malo Gusto at the back again. Abi na Joao Pedro na no go dey available, who are we going to use to strike? Abi na Andre Santos wey be say we still even dey reason am say na him go dey bench Enzo. With that one still even dey, we fit still say okay, Enzo Fernandez dey. But see Moses Caicedo and Joao Pedro, I don't think he dey o, he didn't dey o. Anyway, they ask Enzo Maresca about the Brighton game, and you know the loss at the Brighton. How has the club been? How has he been able to manage it and his players? And Enzo Maresca said, see, we need to focus on the positivity. He said the club has called his attention to the fact that the last 5 games that Chelsea have lost, 4 of it has been with red card from the part of Chelsea. The last 5 games, we've played 4 with red card. That's not good enough. He said Chelsea called his attention to that, and he also said, you know, after the game, the Manchester United and the Brighton game, he thinks he also made mistake from his substitution too. That's one thing that I love so much about Enzo Maresca. He is now admitting to his own mistake. The Baba, to everything wey be say the fans don dey talk, you know, to all those people coming outside there to say, you don't know more than the coach, you don't know this, you don't do that. I'm telling you guys there, say this thing is just the basics. It's very simple. Anyway, the Baba himself have also come outside to admit that he made some mistakes in his, you know, substitution that very day, and he said it's a learning process for him also. Big kudos to Enzo Maresca. Now, on top the relationship with Enzo Maresca and the fans, because sometimes last week we were hearing that some section of the fans were booing him, and Enzo Maresca said, see, it will be like that. I'm not going to blame the fans. It will be like that because everybody want to win. Just like they are not happy, I'm not happy, the players are not happy, the board are also not happy. At some point last year, even refer to that day that they were singing, we've got our Chelsea back, we've got our Chelsea back. Anyway, let us just leave all of these ones for now. Those are some 1 or 2 things that I coined out of Enzo Maresca's press conference. And of course, Pedro Neto also had his own interview, you know, talking about the fact that they want to win games, things like that. They want to have the right mentality to be able to approach every game. Anyway, let us just leave that one for one side now. Moving on to our own angle now. Forgetting about Jose Mourinho, forgetting about Brighton, facing a new chapter now. Chelsea needs this win badly. Read my lips, badly, sir. Forget about the emotion. No. Jose Mourinho can hurt us tomorrow. Forget saying if he hurt us tomorrow, because Jose Mourinho tomorrow is going to try to explore us. And what me I'm thinking is that Jose Mourinho will want to approach that game with a draw mentality. Now draw, he no go wan lose, he go wan draw. But draw is not a good result for us. If we don dey draw now, e don dey look like say we no fit, because if we are drawing against Benfica, which we are supposed to gather points, then who are we going to win? Is it Barcelona? Is it Napoli? Those ones, I'm not counting them as part of our point. I feel like if we can win this Benfica game, win our next game that is coming up against Ajax, win the next one against Karabakh that is coming up at home, that's a possible 9 points. Those ones dey. Then the Barcelona will fit come dey wait for probably a miracle or a draw, something like that. But this game is very, very important to Chelsea Football Club. Our boys have to keep their heads up because we need that 3 points. We also have to have it in mind that this is a Benfica that are not happy about. They are not happy with us because we knocked them out of the knockout stage. I think they defeated Bayern Munich at the FIFA Club World Cup, and we defeated them at the next round. I think was this quarter final. They defeated Bayern Munich at the round 16, and then we defeated them at the quarter final. So it is not going to be an easy game. It's going to be an high emotional game. They want to use the opportunity wey be say especially for that our defense wey dey leak. They will want to attempt to explore our defense, and this is my worry right now because it's now looking like everybody have now discovered Chelsea. Everybody have now figured Chelsea out, because if you want to play against Chelsea, if I'm a coach right now, if I want to play against Chelsea, just start throwing long balls and start playing set pieces, start throwing crosses. We are very poor from that angle. These are my fear tomorrow, and we cannot afford to let Benfica go 1 up, because if anything wey make them go 1 up, you will see Jose Mourinho football. Because Baba go pad go choke everywhere go pad. So anyway, in a nutshell, our boys have to get the job done tomorrow. Please, We are happy to see Jose, but no, please, we love you, but not to the extent of our 3 points. Yes, our 3 points is very, very important. Come that tomorrow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for my own starting lineup, I think Robert Sanchez is at the back. I'm not going to put the placard on the board simply because I'm making this video in the middle of the night. I have to sleep, so there might not be time for me to start making all of those things. But make I use my take column. Robert Sanchez in goal post, Marc Cucurella at the back. Let's have Chalobah and Tosin. I hope Tosin is okay to be able to feature in that game tomorrow. And Captain Reece James. No time to start tweaking anything. In the midfield, Moses Caicedo just have to play. Moses Caicedo and Andre Santos and probably an Enzo Fernandez at the number 10 position. I like to see Enzo Fernandez play at that position again, just like it was arranged against Brighton. In fact, I foresee the way Enzo Maresca arranged our midfield from midfield up front against Brighton. I would like to see that. Estevan William at the right hand side, Pedro Neto at the left hand side, and let's see our Joao Pedro up front, or maybe an Alejandro Garnacho can be given an opportunity tomorrow. Let's see how Enzo Maresca is going to arrange his lineup today. You might not see my face too much today because I feel one day busy small. Now why I drop this video as early as possible, I feel not see my face that much today because I'm going to be a little bit engaged with one or two today. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your own prediction for that game is going to be. From my own, I think I'm going to give it Chelsea 2 and Benfica 1. Let's see how the matter will be. Let me know what your own prediction is going to be, and I'm going to see you guys later.